We live on a rock that we think we understand. We have mapped every inch of its surface. We track its storms with satellites. We predict its tides with algorithms. We have convinced ourselves that the Earth is a solved puzzle, a passive stage for the drama of human history. But this is an illusion. The official story of a predictable planet is a lie. Because right now, beneath our feet and above our heads, the machine is glitching. There are phenomena happening on this planet that defy physics. Lights that act like living batteries, sounds that drive men to madness, and lightning that walks through walls. These are not weather anomalies. They are 0 points. They are cracks in the simulation. Today, we are investigating 5 natural phenomena that science cannot explain. And we are asking the terrifying question: is the Earth a machine? Our investigation begins in the frozen north, the valley of Hesdalen, Norway. For decades, the locals here have lived with a secret. They look out their windows at night and they see things, orbs of light, sometimes white, sometimes yellow, sometimes red. They do not drift like balloons. They do not fall like meteors. They hover, they spiral, they track the ground. The official story calls them swamp gas or misidentified planes. But in 1983, scientists launched Project Hesdalen. They brought cameras, radar, and spectrographs, and they found the impossible. These lights have a solid radar signature. They are physical objects, and when they analyzed the light spectrum, they found it contained the chemical signature of scandium, a rare earth metal. But the true 0 point occurred when they shined a laser at one of the lights. The light reacted. It doubled its flash rate. It responded. So what is it? The leading theory, the 0 point theory, is that the valley itself is a battery. The geology of Hesdalen is unique. Iron and zinc on one side of the river, copper on the other. The river water is acidic sulfur. This is not a landscape. It is a giant geological Duracell battery. The entire valley is generating a massive electrical charge, creating balls of free-floating plasma. The Earth is not just holding life, it is generating power. But if the Earth can create batteries, can it also create ghosts? Lightning is supposed to be a flash, a millisecond of violence. But for centuries, people have reported lightning that stays, lightning that thinks. They call it ball lightning. The reports are consistent and impossible. A sphere of light ranging from the size of a golf ball to a beach ball. It floats through the air. It enters through chimneys, and most terrifying of all, it passes through solid glass without breaking it. It does not burn. It hums, and sometimes it explodes with the force of a hand grenade. Science mocked this for 200 years, until 2012. Chinese researchers recording a thunderstorm accidentally captured it on a high-speed spectrograph. They proved it exists. It is real. But they still cannot explain the behavior. Why does it seem to explore a room? Why does it ignore gravity? The lore suggests a darker possibility. In a universe made of plasma and energy, could these be probes? Or are they, as Nikola Tesla suspected, a manifestation of standing waves in the ether? If the Earth can generate intelligent plasma, what happens when the Earth decides to speak? Imagine a clear blue sky, no clouds, no plains, no storms. And then a sound like a cannon blast tears the air apart. They are called skyquakes, or in North America, the Seneca guns. These are not small sounds. They are powerful enough to rattle windows and set off car alarms. They have been heard in Belgium, in Japan, and famously near Lake Seneca in New York. The official story is a desperate grasp for answers. Supersonic jets, meteorites exploding, gas escaping from the ocean. But the Seneca Indians, who lived there long before jets or cars, knew the sound well. They said it was the Great Spirit firing his artillery. The zero-point theory is far more unsettling. What if the sound isn't coming from the sky? What if it's coming from the crust? Some geologists believe we are hearing the groan of the continental shelf, the sound of rock snapping under immense pressure. But there is another possibility, a secret one. Are we hearing the pulse detonation engines of aircraft that do not officially exist? The legendary Aurora spy plane? Or is the machine of the Earth simply venting pressure, a warning shot from a planet that is beginning to crack? After the lights and the noise comes the residue. Since the 14th century, there have been reports of a strange substance falling from the sky. It is found in fields, usually after a meteor shower. It is a translucent, gelatinous blob. It smells of rot. The Welsh called it pwdresur, the rot of the stars. We call it star jelly. The mystery is not just that it forms, it is that it vanishes. Within hours of landing, it evaporates. It leaves no trace. And when brave scientists have managed to get a sample to a lab, they find the impossible. It contains no DNA. It has no plant cells. It has no animal cells. It is biological, but it is not alive. The official story says it is frog spawn, vomited up by birds. Does that sound convincing to you? Tons of it falling over huge areas without a single frog egg visible. The zero-point lore asks a different question. If the atmosphere is a biosphere, if there are bacteria and life forms living in the upper clouds, is star jelly the remains of atmospheric life? Creatures that live in the clouds like jellyfish in the ocean and dissolve when they hit the ground? Or is it the waste product, the oil leak of the craft that create the lights? Our final phenomenon is the most terrifying. Because you cannot see it, you cannot video it, You can only feel it. It is called the hum. In the 1970s, in Bristol, England, people began to complain of a noise, a low droning diesel engine sound, ideally at a frequency of around 50 to 80 hertz. But here is the horror. Only about 2% of the population can hear it. To the rest of the world, it is silent, but to the heroes, it is a torture. It never stops. It is louder indoors than outdoors. It keeps them awake. It drives them to depression, and in some tragic cases, to suicide. Doctors check their ears. Their hearing is perfect. It is not tinnitus. Tinnitus is a high-pitched ring. This is a rumble. So, where is it coming from? Industrial fans, high-pressure gas lines, submarine communications. None of the sources explain the global spread from Taos, New Mexico to Bondi, Australia. The zero-point theory suggests that the heroes are not sick, they are tuned in. The Earth has a natural vibration, the Schumann resonance, but human activity, or perhaps changes in the Earth's core, are shifting the frequency. Is the hum the sound of the Earth's operating system? Are these 2% of humans the canaries in the coal mine, hearing the gears of the planet begin to grind? It is a noise that isn't in the air. It is in the ground. It is in your bones. A battery in the valley, a ghost in the lightning, a boom in the clear sky, a residue from the stars, and a hum in the silence. We look at these events as anomalies, glitches, but maybe they are the features. Maybe the Earth is not just a rock. Maybe it is a machine, a colossal bioenergetic engine that we barely understand. And maybe, just maybe, the machine is starting to wake up. This is 0 Point Lore. We listen to the static. What do you think is causing the hum? Is it technology, or is it the planet itself? Let us know your theory in the comments below. And if you want to know what happens when the machine fully wakes up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next investigation.